As soon as the Turkish Angora will get an thought into his head, it may be tough to alter his thoughts about how he ought to behave, however he's so charming that you just in all probability received care. See all Turkish Angora traits under. The Turkish Angora cat is an historical, naturally occurring breed, initially from the Angora or Ankara area of Turkey. They're basic, elegant and fantastic companions. Within the 16th century, Turkish sultans introduced these stunning cats to French and English the aristocracy as diplomatic presents of friendship. The presents had been tremendously appreciated, as Turkish Angoras have been most probably the primary long-haired cats ever seen in Europe. Angoras turned wildly widespread among the many European elite and had been symbols of standing, significantly in France and Germany, till Persian cats arrived with fair fuller coat and extra unique look. Though the title Angora is usually used to explain any long-haired cat, the true Turkish Angora is sort of unique cat from the Persian, each in physique, model, head construction and persona. The top is angular with no snub to the nostril. The construction is slim, agile and long-limbed, and the persona is alert, busy and really cat-like, lean, lithe and athletic. The Turkish Angora will fortunately take to your lap, however would love little bit exercise first, and definitely enjoys the outside. Along with being extra energetic and rather less cuddly than the Persian, the Angora cat requires much less grooming. The coat is silky and straight and has no undercoat, so solely average however common consideration is required, and the time required nonetheless must be thought about, typically bit of shy, at all times. Mild and eternally beautiful, the Turkish Angora is without doubt one of the true icons of the cat world. Turkish Angora cat persona. Turkish Angora fanciers are as connected to their cats as their cats are to them. Angoras appear to invoke robust responses of their people with their symmetry, intelligence, and devotion to their people. Angoras bond with their households utterly. An Angora just isn't comfortable except he's proper in the midst of no matter you are doing. They get pleasure from an excellent dialogue and might sustain their finish of the dialogue with the perfect of them. Angoras are good-natured, however decided. As soon as an Angora will get an thought into his head, you may as properly simply give in and spare yourself the prolonged argument. Angoras have an awesome have to play and revel in taking part in good-natured joke on their favorite people every so often. They are often mischievous and action-packed after they're within the temper. Angoras love training their pounce on scraps of paper or unsuspecting human toes, no matter catches their fancy. When in motion, which is more often than not, Angoras appear to stream with the grace of dancers. Extremely smart, Angoras are drawback solvers that wish to be in charge of their environment. They may solely tolerate being held for couple of minutes earlier than leaping right down to bat at sunbeams and chase feathers. They're going to keep within the room, although, so you possibly can watch their antics admiringly. Along with his cousin the Turkish van, the Angora is understood for his swimming prowess, and can even plunge in for an occasional swim. Not each Turkish Angora enjoys water, however many do, with various levels of enthusiasm. Historical past. The long-haired Angora cat is just not the supply for Angora sweaters, though his fur is definitely simply as comfortable and delightful. This pure breed takes his title from town of Ankara in Turkey, which was previously often called Angora. For hundreds of years, the cats have been engaging souvenirs for invaders of or guests to Turkey and will have been the primary long-haired cats to reach in Europe. One concept means that Vikings introduced them from Turkey greater than 1,000 years in the past. The cats finally turned scarce and had been saved solely by means of breeding program originated by the Ankara Zoo. Angoras have been first dropped at the US in 1954. Breeders took an curiosity in them. Nevertheless, it wasn't till the mid-1960s that recognition for the breed was sought from the cat fanciers affiliation. The CFA started registering the cats in 1968 and granted full recognition to white Turkish Angoras in 1972. Colored Turkish Angoras have been accepted in 1978. As we speak, the cats are acknowledged by most North American cat registries. Measurement: the Turkish Angora is small to medium size cat, weighing to kilos. Turkish Angora cat breed traits: whereas pure white Turkish Angoras have been the norm for few years, Angoras in different colors have gotten more and more standard. As is true of any breed, the pure white, blue-eyed Angora may be born partially or completely deaf. This isn't defect of the Angora breed itself, however relatively defect within the dominant gene that produces white coat shade and blue eyes in felines. This gene has been linked to type of degenerative, hereditary deafness that impacts the organ of Corti within the cochlea of the ear. Odd-eyed Angoras will usually be deaf in just one ear, on the blue-eyed facet, whereas hearing-impaired Angoras have to be stored out of Hertz approach. They in any other case get pleasure from life simply as lot as their listening to siblings and adapt to their listening to loss remarkably properly. Turkish Angora kittens are busy and lively, however are typically considerate and delicate too. They're, nonetheless, so curious and playful they could put themselves in harmful conditions till they study their limitations. Kitten proofing is certainly really useful for anybody contemplating adopting or buying any kitten. Excessive furnishings needs to be off limits. Warning must be taken when holding these little children, significantly when carrying them throughout exhausting wooden or tile flooring, and areas underneath counters and doorways must be blocked off, as they've really robust urge to discover. In look, the Turkish Angora kitten seems bit completely different from an grown-up. They are typically rounder and fluffier when of their first weeks, after which undergo little bit of gangly, teen, age stage at round months, earlier than changing into the ravishing creatures they have been destined to be at about 112 months outdated. Though it's very well known breed, they don't seem to be at all times available, and one in search of an Angora kitten to purchase might have to go looking bit to seek out an Angora breeder. Well-being each pedigreed cats and mixed breed cats have various incidences of well-being issues that could be genetic in nature. Turkish Angoras are typically wholesome. However, stable white cats with one or two blue eyes are liable to deafness in single or each ears. Different issues which were seen within the breed are ataxia and hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Ataxia is deadly. Neuromuscular dysfunction that impacts very younger kittens at to 4 weeks of age. Cautious screening has drastically lowered the incidence of the illness. Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy is type of coronary heart illness that causes the center muscle to enlarge. It's present in pedigreed and non-pedigreed cats. Turkish Angoras are one of many breeds that could be affected by this illness. The Turkish Angora has single coat with silky texture. As result of there's no undercoat to trigger mats or tangles, it's simple to groom with weekly combing or brushing, and it sheds little or no. The coat doesn't obtain its full size till the cat is roughly 2 years outdated. Brush the tooth to forestall periodontal illness. Each day dental hygiene is finest, however weekly brushing is healthier than nothing. Trim the nails each couple of weeks. Wipe the corners of the eyes with comfortable, damp material to take away any discharge. Use separate space of the fabric for every eye so that you don't run the danger of spreading any infection. Examine the ears weekly. If they appear soiled, wipe them out with cotton ball or comfortable damp fabric moistened with 50/50 combination of cider vinegar and heat water. Keep away from utilizing cotton swabs, which might harm the inside of the ear. Maintain the Angora's litter field spotlessly clear. Cats are very specific about toilet hygiene, and clear litter field may even assist to maintain the lengthy coat clear. It's good suggestion to maintain Turkish Angora as an indoor-only cat to guard him from ailments unfold by different cats, assaults by canine or coyotes, and the opposite risks that face cats who go outdoor, akin to being hit by automobile. Turkish Angoras who go open air additionally run the danger of being stolen by somebody who wished to have such ravishing cat without paying for it. Turkish Angora cat breed traits. Whereas pure white Turkish Angoras have been the norm for few years, Angoras in different colors have gotten more and more common. As is true of any breed, the pure white, blue-eyed Angora could be born partially or completely deaf. This isn't defect of the Angora breed itself, however moderately defect within the dominant gene that produces white coat coloration and blue eyes in felines. This gene has been linked to type of degenerative hereditary deafness that impacts the organ of Corti within the cochlea of the ear. Odd-eyed Angoras will typically be deaf in just one ear, on the blue-eyed aspect, whereas hearing-impaired Angoras should be saved out of Hertz manner, They in any other case take pleasure in life simply as lot as their listening to siblings and adapt to their listening to loss remarkably nicely. Coat coloration and grooming. The Turkish Angora is greatest recognized for his lengthy, advantageous, silky coat, which appears to shimmer as he strikes. The size of the coat varies, with the longest hair normally seen within the ruff across the neck, the breeches on the higher hind legs and the plumed tail. You could consider an Angora as being stable white, however the coat will also be different stable colors in addition to tabby, tortoiseshell, calico or different patterns. Beneath the coat is physique, that's agency, lengthy and muscular. Legs are lengthy, with the hind legs being longer than the entrance legs, and the paws are small, spherical and dainty, typically with tufts of fur between the toes. The lengthy tail tapers from large base to slender finish. Contributing to the cat's magnificence is small to medium size wedge-shaped head with giant ears that sit excessive on the top and are tufted with fur, and enormous almond-shaped eyes that slant barely upward. The eyes may be blue, inexperienced, gold, amber or odd, one blue eye and one inexperienced, green, gold or amber eye. Youngsters and different pets. The Angora who has been nicely socialized is comfy with youngsters, making him sensible choice for households who will supervise youngsters to verify they pet the cat properly and don't pull his fur or tail. He's comfortable to stay with cat, friendly canine, too, so long as they acknowledge that he's in cost. Introduce pets slowly and in managed circumstances to make sure that they be taught to get alongside collectively. Few more Turkish Angora facts. Although the traditional Turkish Angora is gleaming white with blue or odd-colored eyes, the breed normal permits for greater than 20 colors together with calico, tabby, black, and party color. Having two completely different colored eyes, known as odd-eyed, is frequent and truly desirable on this breed. Some blue-eyed cats could also be deaf, and few odd-eyed cats are deaf within the ear on the identical aspect of the pinnacle because the blue eye